a pig and put lipstick on it, it's still a pig. Why can they say it, but Barack can't say it? Without it being something towards Miss Palin.
What do they call it?
Well, yeah, what it comes down to is they want her treated with deference and respect when this is a woman that we know nothing about, that has not been vetted, who has very good odds of not just becoming vice president, but possibly becoming president, because John McCain is 72 and not in good physical shape.
Oh my goodness! Please don't tell me that's not true.
What?
That can't be.
What?
That woman has the presumption. She presumes
that she was going to become the president.
Yeah, she presumes to be.
Because there is a strong possibility that she could become.
Well, old John looks like he
Extremely.
could be sliding down the slope at any time, you know.
Yeah.
And he could go off the
He's
deep
had
end.
cancer 4 times.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, leader of the free
Oh,
world.
Lord.
Yep.
Leader of the free world.
And that's why I've been
Annie
getting so
Oakley.
cynical lately.
Yeah.
No,
well,
what was it? No, it wasn't Annie Oakley. In my mind, I said,
Coming from the state, you have to know that my 2 roommates have lived for years in Alaska.
Your roommates now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Which are Casey Waters
Yeah,
and Judson,
uh-huh.
and they have sort of a little insight into things Alaskan, and Judson just goes off
Loathes her, huh?
about her,
Loathe, I like that
and I mean, if it's possible to imagine that the governor of Alaska could be in the pocket of big oil money.
could that possibly be?
No, really.
That couldn't be true.
Well, somebody, let's see now, I was talking to said that they had a friend in Wasilla.
Exactly. Go
Yeah.
ahead. I hear Wasilla. That's
Most of the people up
is
there
that
have
where
less
she's
than
from?
like a 10th grade education.
Uh-huh.
Most of the people there have like a 10th grade education.
That's right.
Okay,
They
It's
said,
not saying the people who like
all right. Well,
this particular.
well, Judson and
Female,
Casey
you-
Waters used to live out in Fairview, and they say Wasilla is about the size of Fairview. That's what they tell me.
So it's podunk. But look, they say there's a lot of there's been a lot of flack about people bringing up the fact that she's got a pregnant 17-year-old daughter who's going to have to get married. And, you know, what are the statistics? Number 1, on shotgun weddings. And number 2, it seems like, well, this is a consequence. Your daughter's pregnancy is a consequence
of her upbringing.
of you not giving her any kind of sexual education.
Well,
you know, or
no,
you,
she's a proponent of abstinence.
and so yes, it is.
And teenagers are not gonna do that.
Well,
sorry.
So, I'm sorry. It's a red hot issue to me because, you know, this is not off grounds. This is a consequence of your irresponsible parenting.
Well,
Frankly.
better yet, have you heard what the father's name is?
Tell us. Is it a joke?
No.
I mean, his name is kind of a
Levi.
joke.
Levi Johnson. Levi Johnson. Now you know what a lot of people refer to Johnson implies something.
you Johnson,
something,
yes.
and Levi's is like jeans. So you know, Levi jeans. So Levi Johnson got that girl pregnant. Oh
Another
well.
interesting point.
Oh well, they'll throw us off the air for that one too.
No, nobody will understand that one. Not
You don't even understand it.
I get it.
She gets them before I tell them. Levi
I have
Johnson.
a little dirty mind.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny?
That's very funny.
That she's
That's really a double entendre there.
Levi Johnson. Let me have
there's
some of
so
those
many-
cookies before he eats them all up.
Yeah, before I eat
So-
them.
The thing is, if McCain and Palin wins, then there
It's all
are a
over
number.
Venezuela,
Well,
a
it's
free
all over
country.
the Supreme Court because there are a number of people in the Supreme Court that are literally would have liked to have retired years ago. They
I
just
know that
hate
have just been
Bush.
holding out.
And are like literally, I mean, there's one guy that's 90 and has cancer, and what basically loathing his hatred of Bush is probably what's keeping the guy alive.
Right.
Probably just can't wait for the day after Barack Obama takes office. All right, I'm done.
I quit.
I'm dying.
Take me to the graveyard, brother. Take
Yeah.
me to the
You want to
graveyard.
donate to something like a campaign or something? Donate to whatever it takes to keep that guy on whatever tubes it takes to keep him alive. To
Yeah.
somebody
The
else
thing
get
is,
the odds.
it's probably almost inevitable that if John McCain wins, then Supreme Court justices are going to get nominated that will overturn Roe versus Wade.
That'll never happen. That's just a chimera that they use against
Well,
the right.
okay.
I mean,
Here's a little thing. What if, say, John McCain, in fact, does kick off 3 months into it, and Sarah Palin is the one that gets to go ahead and make those appointments?
It
She
doesn't
goes
matter.
ahead and nominates and overturns Roe versus Wade.
That'll never happen.
Well, I'm going to get back to the important stuff. Levi Johnson.
They're scared for that, but I don't think it'll happen.
I'm going to get back to the important stuff. Levi Johnson. I want to see an interview with Levi.
I'm sure there will be one.
No,
He's a
nobody.
good-looking boy. I bet he's a good.
Nobody's talked to Levi Johnson yet. Is he a native Alaskan?
He's a hockey player.
And more to the
Oh,
point,
see, I
is
don't
he
know
given-
all this.
Is he being
You
given
know
any
more-
choice in the matter to marry this
Hey,
woman?
No,
Yeah.
and then that goes back
Shotgun
to
wedding.
how successful are shotgun weddings?
Well, this will be the first shotgun wedding of
In the
a
White
president
House.
In the White House.
In the White House.
Yay!
Shotgun wedding in the
In the White House.
Wedding in the White
Yes.
House.
I
Yes.
find this notion rather entertaining.
When I heard it happen, I mean, I just had to laugh. Although it made me sick at my stomach in one way, I just had to laugh. I said, it's like we're in some kind of a weird Darwinian soap opera,
Yeah.
that never ends. You
Isn't
think it's about real stuff, and this thing comes up, and you realize that it's just some kind of a big soap opera, and games are being played.
No, ever since Comedy Central took over telling the real news, the world went that way.
There's some kind of quantum thing going on.
So maybe it's
Stephen
maybe it's
Colbert's
their
worst
fault.
nightmare. Like, yeah, I
Maybe
wonder.
it's their fault.
I bet Jon
Maybe they-
Stewart's saying thank you.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you.
He's Jewish, And he's been pulling strings.
To get her.
Right,
Yeah.
to say, like, who could we have McCain choose
Well,
for
okay,
a
so
running
what other
mate?
legitimate questions do we have about Miss Palin? Legitimate, like
What's her IQ?
What I think is an
I
interesting.
think she probably has a fairly good IQ. I think she's
don't
a
think
smart
so.
girl.
I don't
think
I
so.
think I like her feistiness.
Yeah, she
but I
doesn't get
don't
to
think
where
that
she's
she's
got
got.
ours.
She's,
Did you see the interview with her last night on TV?
She's not
Parts of
Yes.
it.
Oh,
I mean,
saw
someone
parts
like
of
Bush
it.
can be
What was the
guy
guy's name
against
that
what
interviewed
your
her?
family
Exactly.
does, but
She's a smart
Charles
girl.
Gibson.
I agree.
Huh?
Charles Gibson.
Is that who interviewed her?
doesn't mean she's not potentially.
Okay, I don't know. I say I don't know like actors' names and
Yeah.
these guys. Anyway, there was an interview with her last night, and they walked around and talked, and they talked in an interview and all. And I'm going to tell you something. The questions he was asking were they were just going over her head.
Well,
She
Don
was.
Imus said this morning, he says, it's like you've got your favorite football team and they're just losing and they're getting slaughtered and you're kind of standing at the door trying to look just to see the slaughter and the carnage.
God.
And you're going like your stomach's real upset over it all because how can this be happening?
Yeah.
But he's like, he just felt icky whenever he watched the interview over her.
And he's real. Is he conservative? Or is
Well,
he just
he's one of the only two Republicans in the Upper East Side of New York City, so.
Him
He
and one
supports
more.
McCain.
So he's more like a right-wing Democrat.
Yeah, he's a right-wing Democrat. He's probably a recovering Democrat
You know what I think would
with
be really.
Republican leaning.
I can't imagine anybody voting for a Republican for any office in this country in the next election, just on general principles.
Well,
Well, the fact that the economy's in the toilet and we've been in a never-ending war, and when we went into this regime, we had no national debt, and now we have trillions. You mean stuff like that?
Yeah, can you imagine anybody voting for a Republican?
Well, what
in
I
the-
tell people is it don't take me long to vote. I push one button and then I pull the lever. But that's what
And it ain't,
happened.
and it ain't Republican?
And it ain't Republican.
Okay.
But the last time, that's what happened in the last election after Bill Clinton, was a lot of people, some of the people that I knew and worked with, said that they did that, was they went in and just pulled a straight Republican ticket. And it didn't matter about who they were voting for. They were just voting anti-Democrat for some reason. I guess they didn't like being happy or whatever, because we were all pretty happy at that time. That's what I remember. I was so happy.
The halcyon.
Were you happy?
you know,
Were you happy?
The
then?
halcyon day.
I don't think anybody argues that Bill Clinton is a raging sleazebag, but you know what?
He was funny. He had a great sense.
You could have a good time with Bill
Yeah,
Clinton.
man, everybody loved him and you saw him laughing. He was a good time guy, you know.
He was one of
I
those
think
big old
it-
Southern Bubba kind of guys that was real bright and very had this likable shtick going.
Yeah.
I think there's a potential worst case scenario in terms of buyer's remorse if
Hey,
McCain
come on
actually
in,
does
come
get
on in.
elected, though.
Come in.
Say that the Roe v.
Come on
Wade
in,
does
there's
get
two-
overturned and
there are
Hillary
two
Clinton, the
chairs.
presumptive nominee in 2012, has women having to carry
Good to
rape
meet you.
babies to term as a political weapon. Because she's got no reservations about fighting dirty,
Well,
unlike
the thing is, it
unlike
would just
Obama.
it would be thrown back to the states. It would be thrown back, and some states would have it. More liberal states would have legalized abortion, and then other states wouldn't. That's what would happen.
And that's the way it should be, probably.
What kind of tea do you want?
You want some tea? Here we have this kind of tea, and we have that kind of tea. That's
Okay,
that's
that's
got
my
caffeine, and
That's
this is
scary looking, isn't it?
that's pretty scary looking.
Well-
This is sea anemone tea.
Only if you're a wuss. If you're not wussy, it's not.
That's getting a little stronger.
I've stepped on one of those on the beach.
Yeah, that's what they look like.
They do look like those things you step on, don't they?
Vietnam veteran of wood.
That's why I did it, because I knew you weren't.
She's trying to get you going, and she didn't wait long to jump you, did she?
That's it.
I don't go far.
She'll jump somebody for being a wuss in a minute.
Now he was in Vietnam, and you were in Vietnam, and I was married to a man who went to Vietnam twice.
Well, they were all three messed up.
So.
then.
We all three are have, and that's why
had
I'm
a
so
choice.
anti.
That's bad. You kind of had a choice.
Did they give you some tea?
Yeah. Oh, I got some.
We have tea. Yeah, don't be afraid of that tea. Try it out. I haven't touched it myself yet,
Oh, what, the
but
jasmine?
Davine brought it, and I think we can trust it.
This one?
Yeah, that's good. Excellent
Yeah.
tea.
Tell them
really
tell
good
them where it
tea.
came
I
from,
dripped.
huh?
That's
It's
okay.
all right.
I dripped.
That's all right. I dripped all day. It's the fault of the pot.
Sometimes it's your age.
That one's the fault of the pot.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
New porn the
What?
other day.
It's the
Sometimes
age?
it's your age.
Not getting old. You know how you know when you're getting old. What John does is when you pull them britches up real high in the morning, look down, you ain't got none on. It's gone.
He's about telling the truth.
But I wrote a thing the other day. I noticed now that I'm 65 that how about them D-pins? I said, how about them D-pins? Ain't they nifty? You know what I mean when you hit 60. When your hair turns gray and your knees start to squeak, that's the same time you'll start to leak. It can be embarrassing and cost a lot of cash. And Lord have mercy, what diaper rash. D-pins.
All these.
So we got to support.
They should have you writing their
Did
jingles.
you write that poem? I hope you
Yes,
did.
I did.
Did you
I
really?
love
I
that.
got about 5. I was on YouTube.
Did you really write that poem? Honest to God.
A point.
That
A
is
point in
excellent.
our-
That
in our
was
midst. And
wonderful.
you didn't hear
Thank you
anything
for
yet.
sharing that poem.
Okay, well, let's hear another one.
All right. Well, I've seen something here in the last few months. It means things are changing in the world. And a number of possums that are just killed out there, like they almost are trying to commit suicide, you know. So I wrote this little thing. It's called. Did this with a guy from Holden Beach. That he wrote this with me, and then I've carried it on over the years. How about them possums? They show no fear. 350 million squashed every year. On highways and byways and dirt roads and lanes, I heard about 2 that were hit by a plane. Well, we sure are lucky old Henry Ford's idea did blossom, because if it hadn't, we'd be up to our ass in possums.
That's right.
Poor bats. I got the shakes so bad.
You
And it's
need
not from
a
the
good
caffeine.
cup of tea to steady
I
you.
think I'm gonna just have to sip it from up here. This is almost. I did a show down in Asheville, the John Boy and Billy show.
Yeah.
I mean, they scared me so bad.
Did you do that today or when?
No, I did that a couple of years ago.
And
they
you
jerked
still
me in
shaking?
there.
And you still shaking from it?
Well, I was radio. And I was shaking
They're a
so
little,
bad in
they're a little
radio.
crazy, right?
Well, you're on TV internationally right
Yeah.
now.
Actually, you
I
can
got
say
friends out there everywhere.
you
Right behind
can.
you.
Yeah, it's the camera behind you. You can say hello to people in China, You can say hello to people in France and England,
I'm
anywhere.
like that guy that said, I only been to 3 states, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Myrtle Beach.
Right.
I wrote another one I want to let out today.
All right. We like some poetry.
This is a classic. How about them pot smokers? Ain't they a joke? Standing in a circle, waiting to take them a toke. Some pass the joint, some pass the bowl, but just getting stoned is the ultimate goal. Just standing at the circle, doing their thing. I guess you could call it a dope ring. But if you want to be president, there's no doubt. You can take a big toke, but you got to blow it right out.
Is that all there is to it?
That's, well, until things change in this world, in this country.
Is that the end of the poem? Though?
That's about as far as I want to go with it, yeah.
Have you written more of it?
Oh, yeah.
He's clean.
I'm sort of waiting to see who's going to be elected to continue it on because of that.
More material, huh?
Yeah, oh, well.
Yeah, well, McCain won't be any
There's a
good.
wealth of material out there.
Yeah. Hello.
Your name is
My name's Matt.
Hello.
Mike Hendricks.
Nice to meet you.
I'm okay. How are you, Ann?
Davine. Nice to meet you.
I'm
Davine.
Yeah, I have the
From,
same
like,
problem.
I
Steve.
know.
Steve.
Yeah, yeah.
And my name's
Yeah,
hard to catch.
Call her David.
Hard.
Oh,
To remember.
Thank you.
Well, you know, in the South,
Okay.
if you're the firstborn and you happen to be a girl, they still want to name you after your father. Well, my father's name was David,
Oh, wow.
so I'm Davine.
Well, I have a daughter. It was going to be a boy. It was my second born, and
Okay.
we're going to call her Michael.
I may not
him Michael
have an
Crockett.
insurance card, but if I find such a thing, I'll
There's
put
a
it
little
in there.
girl named her Mary Crockett,
Yeah,
and everybody
see?
calls her Crockett.
Yeah, that's a cute name,
All right, but
actually.
if I find it, I'll send it along.
And I got Paxton and Chris and John and Meredith
Okay.
and Dancer and Prancer. And I got bunches of grandchildren. I didn't have children. I had trout. And they went upstream and just came down with broods.
Oh,
Bunches of grandchildren.
yeah. Yeah, I'll swap it right out as soon as it gets here.
You write some
I'm
stuff
okay.
too?
I'm on TV right now.
You write some.
And I'm also being
Yeah.
streamed on the internet worldwide as we speak, my
I know,
TV
that's
show.
so neat that we get to watch it on the web.
I wonder how long till China blocks yourtv.org.
Okay.
Until China
We're probably
blocks
already
it.
blocked.
Yeah.
We're probably already blocked.
Probably.
Already.
Okay. Bye-bye.
You think so?
Already, sure.
All the subversive ideas that are coming out of this room right now.
Oh,
It's
what? Now
funny,
you're
we
gonna
were-
blame us?
We were driving over here a little
No,
while ago.
I'm gonna blame the Chinese.
And there's a
Yeah, actually,
there's a
we'll probably
tension
not
in
even
the
big
air.
enough to get noticed yet.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna let
Noticed
y'all
it?
know there's a
Oh,
tension.
you noticed it too?
There's a
Maybe that's
pressure
why I was
out
in a
there.
bad mood today. I was in a real bad mood.
Is it okay? Well, I understand that well, there's barometric pressure is probably changing due to the hurricanes coming in and stuff like that. They're
Right.
probably getting some pressure from that. Gas prices are soaring.
Yeah,
We're
all
getting
the gas
pressure from
stations I
that.
passed had a
The
lot
whole
more.
world's gone insane. That's
Yeah.
caused a little bit of pressure.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just like
Well, you haven't seen anything yet. Wait until the storm hits. Wait until next week. See what happens.
well,
Wish y'all hadn't told me that. I felt pretty good before now.
I put $10 worth of gas in my
Well,
truck. I hope I can get
There isn't
home.
a whole lot we can do about it, so
So
I
it's just sit here and gripe about it.
you know, I think we're privileged to be here this long to get to see what's going to happen. I know I am.
Well,
That's right. I thought the collider was going to make black holes that were going to suck up the universe, and he and I were talking about how we're so happy that we made it to the end. You know,
I really think so. I'm not worried about the collider. I'm not worried about the collider. It's
is
not the
that that one
scientists
that's
I'm
going
scared
on
of.
over in Europe
Yeah.
somewhere?
oh yeah,
It's not the scientists I'm scared of. It's the politicians and the theocrats.
you know it.
That's all
No, it's the
those
people that
same-
get hold of the science
That's all
afterwards.
started when they started shooting chickens at windshields to check and see
Right.
what birds do to the plane.
Now tell me
Now
again
they're
your
shooting 2 atoms at
tell me again your name because
Mike
Mike
Hendricks.
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 Mike Hendricks. Mike Hendricks. And where are you from, Mike
I'm
Hendricks?
from Brevard, North Carolina.
Brevard, North
Born and
Carolina.
raised there.
Right. They have a nice music program up in
Pretty
Brevard.
nice back at one time.
Yeah, we had a little situation over there where everybody from Florida moved up for a while.
Really had that
Did they-
situation happen?
Has that gone away?
No,
No, it hasn't here
the
either.
real estate has, but the people are still there. They don't go back. I wrote one about that too. It's called Leaf Lookers, and I can't do that. I'll wait till October.
Okay, all right.
I've got
Okay.
a bunch of them that, that are
Seasonal.
fall into, and some of them just pop up like that. So,
It looks like you got. It looks like to me from here. It looks like you got fish hanging around your neck that looks like something that an Eskimo might have carved.
now this is Pisces, which I am,
Is that right?
and I'm also a fisherman.
Oh, my grandfather
I'm
was a fisherman.
studier of ichthyology, and I've also called I'm called the fish caller because I've invented a device that clips on your fishing rod.
Did you invent that?
Yes, I did.
The
You
vibrators?
reel it in, and it started out, and I want to change that right now to all the people in the world, that it's Vibrators fish caller, and I put down there new life for your old pole.
Bad.
That you should have sold a bunch of them.
Vibrators, new life for your old pole. That will sell. That will sell. Based on the name itself.
They didn't see the fish collar thing. That's all they saw. And I had them blowing their horn and making some motions. I figured that must be evangelicals.
Our disappointed customers
If you
who
drive by with a car, you can see it says fish collar. It doesn't mean it's not. I also have a
see,
couple of
people
buttons.
want to
Supposed to be
read
just
into something
slightly
what they want to
humorous.
hear.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was.
It is. It's very
You
humorous.
realize that a lot of people don't have a sense of humor.
I'm glad you came
That's
to
what I think.
I'm glad you came to
John
tea.
McCain
Come back
does
to
not
tea
have a
if you
sense
care
of
to.
humor.
Anybody who doesn't
I'm,
have a sense of
I
humor to me is
I've
suspect.
done some stand-up stuff around.
Because you have to have a sense of humor in this world.
I feel like I've made it through my life by being humorous.
Me
And
too.
if you can laugh, you can get through anything.
It's the
Only thing that'll keep you sane some days.
You got to
Only
see
thing
the
that'll keep
humor
you
in the
sane some
dark.
days.
So,
I hadn't put my lab coat on since the show started, so that shows you where my head is at. Now, how many shows do you know that I've gone?
Put your
Wow, almost the whole show without a laptop.
And those guys, like over in Brevard, it's like I'm from Madison County, and
well, my
those
sister's
guys
from
were
over
huge.
there.
Your sister,
Kathy Hendricks. She has a real estate office
Marshall?
I know
over
her.
there.
You know
Yes.
Candace?
Yeah.
That's my wife. Oh, I love Candace. I shouldn't say that. Yeah, well, Candace is a good friend of mine.
I better get me a mug so I can pick it up. My fingers don't do that.
Here, let me
Oh, yeah, she's your sister. Well, God bless you.
Yeah, she married to Richard and they got a real estate office.
Yeah, Candace she's been friends with us for a long time. So your name is Mike?
Mike, it's right here.
Mike.
Or if you look at it that way, it's
I was wondering about
Eek.
that. Yeah, Kathy's. I saw her just a couple of days ago. And my son's, he's going to college, and we went over there, and
You had the NASA.
she came and visited.
Oh, is that what you're
I can go
looking for
wash it
now?
out.
Oh, have
He
you been
needs
over
a
there?
mug
Have you been to
instead
Madison
of a
County?
cup.
Oh, yeah.
He can't handle the
I'm
cup.
surprised I haven't
So
seen
would you
you.
mind trading with him?
We visit
Here, take
each
this
other about once
Matt,
a
take
year.
this
You
with
know,
you.
it's
Yeah, I know. I can imagine.
Families, being in a family doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be together the whole time.
That's
What
for
is that
sure.
shirt? Roscoe?
Buddha always said that families
It's
are the biggest
okay, I may be
impediment to
on the
life.
endangered species
And I believe
list
it.
by tomorrow. Unstable, uncivilized, unconcerned.
Yes.
Cool.
Me and some of the Mount Dungeon crew are going to be starting up a t-shirt label, and this is one of the t-shirts. Our mascot is going to be a psychotic penguin.
A psychotic penguin.
Yes, like I say, I've been in a very cynical mood lately. So, I want to try and market a psychotic, cute little penguin.
Cool.
Yeah.
Roscoe the penguin.
So you have a book of your poetry. That's cool. I was wondering what that was. What does it say? It's okay. I may be endangered
We have a
species.
somebody has a whole series of these drawn out with the penguin doing other different
Other-
psychotic
yeah.
things. Because I think there's a market for it.
Unstable,
What is that?
uncivilized. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a market for almost
Concerned.
anything if you hit the right hole.
That's
Yep.
right.
Right place, right time.
Do you have a book of your poetry?
I've got it all written down. I just I
Self-published
mostly
it.
did, I did a lot of one-liners and stuff, and I just take what's going on. I'm a big fan of George Carlin, who God bless him, he's passed away on us, and
Oh, and he was, how old was he?
He was on up there about 72.
That's not very old.
Oh well.
That's
Or George
that's
Carlin,
the
I'm
new
sure he
50.
didn't live he didn't take care of himself.
No,
That was the new 72 is the new 50.
Says who?
I believe it.
Well, 60 is the new 40.
It's according to how you've been.
60 is the
been
new
rode
40.
hard.
It's what you did in that first 40 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, if you've been rode hard and put up wet.
Couldn't find the barn a lot of the times.
All right. We all been rode hard and put up
I
wet.
see you got the same hairstyle I have. This is called the inverted mohawk.
Yeah.
They like that. Still got hair. I'm just growing it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
I've been bald so long that I quit making bald jokes about 30 years ago. But I like them.
Well, you know what you could do? You could kind of pull this up and do a top knot like I've got on my dog.
I don't think so.
Cute little top knot up there.
Yeah. Like, who does that? That's there's a lot of people that do that.
Put a top knot up there and tie it up.
I think our tea's getting strong.
No, steeping, yeah, it's strong.
Put hair on your chest.
It's good as usual.
Well, did y'all give up?
Oh, they come and go.
So you live over there next to Billy and Sandra. Aren't they your cousins?
Bill and Diane.
No, not Bill and Diane. Bill and Sandra. Isn't that her name? They don't have kids. They live over there. I think they're
Oh,
cousins.
you talking about back
There you
over
go.
in East
I'll wash that
Fork
up for you.
somewhere? I don't think they.
They don't associate.
I don't believe they're. No, I don't believe they're cousins. I think they're just real close.
You want
Kathy.
Kathy's friend.
Yeah, they just come over there. And they're-
All my friends are here. Hey! Happy Friday.
Yeah, man. Good to see you.
He said we got
Oh,
some new
home
mics.
week. Yeah, have a seat anywhere.
I was going to play some harmonica. I'll take John.
Whoa.
Take John's
See?
seat.
We're not too.
That's all right. I got the G. Is everyone having a good Friday?
Working.
I just got off work.
I'm gonna go out and
What key you in?
Y'all gonna have to tune
see what I can
probably.
do in the.
What
My
kind
room?
of harp you got?
It's a G.
Okay,
ready.
go ahead. And... Oh, we're badass. You
Yeah,
blow
okay.
it.
Are you blowing on it?
Blow it. Blow
Yeah.
it.
Take the whole chord.
I forgot to tell you to bring
We
your
might be
mic or your harp.
You don't have a
Oh,
tune.
you play harmonica?
No.
I've been playing
But,
for about 40 years. It's
I got a C.
not-
Would that work better?
Try a C. Just blow it.
Where did you find this wonderful man?
The friend who got
Sounds
me
a lot
there,
better.
That's
he
not- that's-
grew up with.
Let's do that.
Oh, okay. Well, we want him to come back.
Oh
Wonderful.
yeah, he's.
I thought we'd just make up some
he's gonna
songs.
Be coming on
Okay.
the show and
But
cracking
C.
some jokes. And
Yeah, use the slide.
Well, come back to the tea party
Well,
anytime.
okay.
You can slide down here and you'd be on camera.
Yeah, go ahead. Lay down.
So
We're
if
gonna
we're
go
working-
and get
you
my
I didn't mean for you to, but you can. Go ahead. Either way. You see your new microphone?
I do. Holy crow.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
You like it?
I saw that on yesterday's
Look what they
program.
do. Look what they do.
Give me just a minute.
Some people have already suggested that there was. You know, you just can't do anything.
What do
you
we
know?
got in tea? Look at this teapot.
Yeah.
Very nice. It's a new one, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's a gift from Justin, my old friend Justin. Had it in his house, and as I was walking out of his house, I looked up on the shelf. I said, "You've got a teapot up there," and he says, "Yeah." He says, "You want it?" And I said, "Yeah," and he gave it to me.
It's not bourbon tea, but it's okay.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, she brought it today.
Thank you.
Here, I'll give this one a reverb. Oh yeah.
Well, we can almost.
Is that a new guitar? 12 string.
Yeah, but it is a new guitar.
Is it a new guitar or just a new acquisition?
Almost.
That sounds like that. Ooh, I got the high gas prices blues. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gas costs money, oh, money, money.